Marian Elaine Anderson grew up in Iowa in a lively Swedish household of 10 children. Her father a skilled carpenter, her mother a gifted seamstress. It was a loving home. Sisters wrote about childhood memories captured in this family book.
I can remember her as being very generous to everyone. The quote in her yearbook about her was, "It's nice to be nice when you're naturally nice." When Marian was old enough to work, she liked to spend her money all at once. She and her friend Helen would take their mothers out to dinner every payday. Then she would always buy Mother a present. After about 2 or 3 days, she would be broke. That was from her sisters, Eva and Millie.
Dallas Orland Nelson, born in 1919, was every bit as spirited. A Golden Gloves boxer and a featured swimmer in New York City's famous Billy Rose Aquacade. He had both grit and showmanship. His brother Duke trained in the icy Des Moines River and became a world champion distance swimmer, a feat as bold as it was cold. It was here in Fort Dodge that Dallas and Marian's love took root. They married in May of 1942, and soon after, Dallas left to serve in the Air Force. During flight training, a heart problem was discovered, leading to a medical discharge. And with that unexpected turn, the young couple decided to head west toward a new life in Oakland, California. Dallas hustled to support the family. He first sold blocks of ice, later built local homes, and he opened a car dealership that cleverly doubled as a Christmas tree lot.
We'd have Thanksgiving dinner, then we'd go up and into the Sierras and load the Christmas trees, bring them down, unload them, and then for 30 days we'd all work at the tree lot after school and on the weekends. It was just a great experience.
13800 Skyline Boulevard became the address and the heart of the family. Marian was happiest as a mom and host. The house felt warm when she was there, and everyone was welcome. Richard was born in 1944. In 7th grade French class, he quietly admired a classmate named Lynn, a name that would matter later. A bit of a rabble-rouser, Richard was strongly encouraged to join the service. The Army exported him to Korea, and soon the generous Nelson spirit reached overseas as care packages from Skyline found their way to a local orphanage. A brief first marriage brought Rick into the world. Rick carried the family's entrepreneurial spark straight into California's wine country. While growers focused on reds and whites, Rick sold the bottles and soon discovered plenty of green. Rick is dad to Ryan and Amanda, and now a proud grandfather as well. They all live in the Santa Rosa area. Richard pursued that girl from French class and married Lynn Kittinger. This union brought twins, me, Chris, and my sister Kirsten. 5 years later, we got a little ball of fire, Brett, who brought boundless energy to the household. We spent 10 happy years in the Midwest before returning west to be closer to family. Kirsten gave birth to Jacob in California and Cameron in Okinawa, Japan.
I've been and done a lot of things in my life, but by far the most important and the one that I've loved the most is being a mom.
Handsome Brett pursued the beautiful young, and they soon had Hannah, Jenna, and Richard. They now live in Spokane, Washington. I live in the Mariana Islands, 7 hours west of Hawaii and 3 hours south of Japan. My friends call me an adventure capitalist. Sakura, which means cherry blossom in Japanese, is the constant flower in my life, and she could sing too.
I believe that the heart does go on.
Kirsten and Matt live near our mom in Spokane, and Cameron is a licensed barber who lives in Idaho. We caught up with him giving a bathroom a makeover. Cameron loves the outdoors and has always had a special connection with animals.
My dog is 8 years old. Her name is Baby Girl. She's mine. She's a sweetheart. Love her.
We remember our dad Richard, our beloved Jake, and Lori. They are forever part of our family story. Bobby was born with a heart and spirit that mirror her mom's. She married Larry Jordan, and together they raised 3 wonderful children, Lisa, Jennifer, and Randy, in Fremont, California. Bobby's famous for her hugs, always the first to arrive, the last to leave, a heart of pure gold and no nonsense.
She would do anything, anytime for us, but she always made it clear that whatever we did, she was in charge.
Bobby and Larry celebrated 50 years of marriage in 2016, and Larry is lovingly remembered by all of us. Today, Bobby still lives in Fremont, often surrounded by her devoted daughters, grandchildren, and a growing number of great-grandchildren. Steve got the brains, a gentle man of few words with a steady kindness that speaks volumes. He studied medicine at UC Irvine and married Elaine, whose warm spirit and easy laughter reminded everyone of Grandma.
We always felt that he was the favorite. Steve was always the smartest. My son, the doctor. How many times did we hear that? And he worked hard.
They made their home in Woodbridge, in a grand, historic house that quickly became the setting for countless family gatherings. John and Dana grew up splashing in the backyard pool, and in later years, Grandma lived just down the street, keeping 3 generations close. Elaine passed away in 2023, leaving a legacy of love and welcome. Steve still sees patients a couple of times a week and cares for the family home. He loves to fish and to golf, and most Sundays the house is still alive with splashes and laughter. Grandchildren close by for Sunday Fun Day. Middle children need strength of character, and in Ron's case, a pretty good curveball. He and his lifelong friend Dave spent a lot of time on the baseball field. These days, the favorite sport is golf.
I was the better baseball player. I mean, it is proven in the statistics.
Ron went to business school, met Joyce on the job, and in 1984 they negotiated a merger. Their 1984 has proven less dystopian and more happily ever after. Joyce led at Times Mirror and still your best ally for the Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle. Ron held key posts at Paramount, helped launch DreamWorks, helped split up Sendant, and later steered Avis Budget through the 2009 financial crisis. Joyce vetoed a motorcycle but said yes to flying lessons, and Ron's been in the clouds ever since. They are proud parents of Jessica and doting grandparents of Bella and Sienna. Jessica and husband Nick now call Brooklyn home. Dallas James, or Jimmy, overflowed with personality and good-natured mischief, lovingly tested by his older brothers.
I remember Jimmy sending in for some pencils with his name on them at one time, and he was so excited about these pencils, and I intercepted the letter that he was sending in because he wanted pencils engraved with his name on them. So Jimmy was fairly heavy at the time, so I opened up his letter, and where it said, "What do you want engraved?" he had Jim Nelson. I added the belly burster on the end of it. I remember he was getting those pencils. He wanted to kill me.
Jimmy married Jean in 1977, and their children, Dallas and Emily, soon followed. Jean shares a love of children, books, and dogs. She's both thoughtful and wonderfully creative. Jimmy called his mom every day and had a lifelong passion for motorcycles and classic cars. He was the family communicator, the verbal equivalent of hitting reply all, keeping everyone connected.
Jimmy was the greatest. He instilled on all of us that he was our favorite uncle. And he would always tell us and remind us. Later, it became FU, so we always referred to him as FU.
Later in life, Jimmy married Dana, and together they enjoyed a happy, though far too brief, chapter in Sonoma. Jimmy passed away in January 2020. He now rests beside his brother Richard in the Oakland cemetery. His spirit will always be with us. The youngest, the baby, is Randy, who's shown in athletics from Skyline to Cal Poly to the Detroit Tigers farm system. He later took his golden arm and good looks to Hollywood, producing shows like MacGyver and Boss. Randy's son Ryan grew up in Northridge, went to UCLA, and is now starting his LA law career. Randy jokes he once spent the night with Jennifer Lopez, though the only sparks were from the editing equipment. Randy still has a pretty good swing, and he and Rosie live happily in Los Angeles. An entrepreneur to the core, Dallas smoked unfiltered Lucky Strikes and in his early 50s battled heart disease and diabetes. The family donated blood to give back units to the blood bank that helped keep him alive.
He was in San Francisco, and Marian and Bobby went every single day for, I'm sure it was a year and maybe longer, to be with him and just show their love for him.
Dallas Orland Nelson passed away in 1973. Grandma, Mom Marian, never remarried, pouring her heart into the family.
I treasure the memories I have of her with my boys. So indulgent and so good at, what we call floor time now, but she would just be down on the ground with the kids and playing card games and just enjoying time. I think that is such a special gift that we can give to kids, and that she gave so readily all the time.
She was warm, caring, non-pretentious, and if you were over visiting, whether a family member or a friend, you better be staying for dinner.
Grandma passed away in 1999 after a tough battle with cancer. Dallas and Marian now share a place together at the Mountain View Cemetery, not too far from Skyline Boulevard. Like every large family, we've known our share of ups and downs, unions and separations, sorrows and joys, but rarely much drama. Maybe that's why Grandma adored soap operas, especially Dallas with its big Friday night reveals.
Don't give me that psychobabble stuff. I'm paying you big bucks. Now you hypnotize her or you tranquilize her or do whatever you have to do, but get that woman out of my house.
And now, in our own real-life episode of Dallas and Marian, comes a twist even JR would envy.
We interrupt this program to bring you some breaking news. DNA analysis has revealed a long unknown daughter and sister. We're still gathering more information, and we'll have more on this breaking story tonight on Dallas. Oh, and Marian.
Welcome, daughter Karen, sister Karen, Aunt Karen, Dr. Karen, an unforeseen answer to a question we never knew to ask. Karen is a distinguished academic, the first female president of Ohio State University. She has a resume longer than a CVS receipt.
Jim and I have had a home here for over 20 years. And I was at I retired from Ohio State and said I was going to come down, and I told my husband, I'll spend time with you, we'll travel, we'll do all those things. Then Dr. Genchef called me and said, would you come fix research? And I said, sure.
She's married to Jim, a fellow academic, and their son James works for ABC News. In true soap opera fashion, we may never have all the answers, but we will happily binge on this dramatic new storyline.
The thing is that it was such a treat to meet this person who happens to be my sister-in-law, and to realize what a really special person both she is and her husband is.
I'm just left with sort of shock, a little bit of mystery about the whole thing. But more overwhelming than anything else is that it's just an incredible blessing that you have come into our life, and I can't tell you how thrilled I am.
It's going to be a great weekend. I'm so glad you could join us, you and your family, Karen. Like I said, we have one of these every 47 years.
Hi, Karen. Welcome. Grady and I say welcome. Looking forward to spending time with you this weekend.
It's an honor to have her as part of this family.
Our last major family reunion was in 1978, Fort Dodge, Iowa. Since then, we've gathered for countless holidays, and the brothers and extended brothers dedicate time each summer for fishing, golfing, sailing, and sunset cruises, proof that the Nelson tree is happiest in close proximity.
Good one.
Now it's October 2025, and we are here on the beach in San Diego. Look around at our big, beautiful, and growing family. Feel and remember Marian and Dallas Nelson. Remember Richard, Dallas, Jacob, Elaine, Lori, and Larry. They will always be with us.
I love our family, and I love getting together, getting everybody together. I mean, I look forward to it every year, and I feel blessed that I can do it, and I'll do it as long as I can.
The Nelson story continues, full of surprise, adventure, and love, with many episodes still to come. In 1978, Grandma got the words just right. To sum it all up, I think we always were, we are, and will continue to be one heck of a great family.
Happy birthday to you.
I hope you were thoroughly embarrassed. It's like the third
organizing
best Nelson family reunion of this century.
I am so honored.
The way you can show your appreciation is by giving a really giant hug. You got to give this guy a really big hug. Like it's really tight, really tight. Even tighter. Even tighter.
Squeeze. Well, I will treasure this.